All right, Adam Gontier, Saint Asonia, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. The last time we spoke was 2 years ago. It was in May of 2020, and it was right when everything, went under lock and key, and everybody was put away. And
Yeah.
we were supposed to have you on our KFMA Day, Bill. You guys were going to be on it, and then had to cancel,
Mhm.
obviously, and that was a big bum. Busy since then, uh, working. You guys didn't really take a break. You were right back into it. So we've been playing the song
Awesome.
"Above It All" is the name of the track, right, from the forthcoming
Yeah.
EP. And let's start there. Let's start with the song. What is it about? What do you want us to
Well,
know
I
about it?
mean, yeah, we were all stuck at home. I mean, the song was written pretty early on in the band. It was like the first song that we wrote when the pandemic started. And um, I think I was just curious. I mean, I think like everybody, where how it was going to end up. There was so much chaos and so much the unknown happening, and you know a lot of division between people and what the right thing to do was and all this stuff. So it was unprecedented. We'd never been through anything like it. So yeah, about always just lyrically, I just wrote it about how kind of hopeful about hoping that we'd come out stronger on the other side of the whole thing, and sort of questioning that. And so yeah, that's what Above It All is about.
So that was the spark of what is, I guess it's an EP. It's not an album. It's an EP,
Hmm.
um, called Introvert. What is the release date for that? When's that?
uh, Tomorrow, July 1st.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay,
It's
so
tomorrow. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
determines whether it's an EP or an album? I mean, 7 songs. I have albums that have 7 songs. So how did
Right.
how did this happen that it's an EP
Yeah.
song?
You know what? There was so much material that we had. We wrote, I mean, I wrote a lot of stuff because there was nothing else to do during the last bunch of years. So I think the idea was just because we had so much material and we had so many songs that rather than putting them all together and it's tough to sort of pick, let's say 11 songs or something like that out of 20 that we feel are pretty solid. So I think the idea was to um, and maybe another one down the road. So yeah, and to be honest, I mean, we didn't feel like putting so much putting so much of our resources into a full length at this point made a lot of sense, because we put out our last record, Flawed Design, we put out basically right before the pandemic happened. We didn't get a chance to tour that or anything. So this was a way for us to sort of take a piece of what we had worked on and get it out there and just sort of start the ball rolling again. Yeah. So yeah, just felt like the right thing to do. We didn't want to overload people. There's a lot of music coming out these days, tons of music coming out these days, a lot of records, and we just wanted to, yeah, start everything back up with a batch of really great
I
stuff.
know that there was another track that we heard that got a lot of traction for you, streaming wise, and that was a cover of a song by The Weeknd. How did it
Mm.
come that you picked that particular tune?
Well, actually, our our label Spine Farm Records had asked us if we could do a cover, just
Mhm.
one of those things that a lot of bands are doing. So, and I've done plenty of covers in the past, and I always like to do that. Take a song that might not be well, yeah, that people wouldn't expect necessarily. So we were recording in Toronto. We're from the Toronto area. The Weeknd's from Toronto as well. And that song in particular, I mean, just everything about that song is really, really well done. It's a great song lyrically, and the chord progressions and all that. I really felt like we could just add some guitars and maybe slow down certain parts and just make it, just take all the elements from that and sort of heavy it up a little bit. So yeah, we just figured we'd do
And
that one, and it
did
turned
he
out pretty
hear it?
well.
Yeah, it sounds
You
great. He
know,
heard it.
I'm not sure actually if he's heard it. I
Oh
hope
wow,
so. Yeah, yeah.
that'd be cool if he's a big fan.
Yeah,
you
for
know, after
sure.
all that work
For
in
sure.
there. You
Yeah.
also work with somebody on this new EP, Johnny from Highly Suspect. How did that all
Mm.
come to be?
Yeah, the song he's on is called "Chew Me Up," and I've had that one for a little while. I had that one before we started writing as a band for the EP, but and I had always felt like the second verse in that song, I just felt like it could be a great song to have a feature on. And something was telling me that his, you know, his style, what he does would be perfect there. So um, you know, I reached out to him and he was really quick to respond and say, you know, fortunately, he said he wanted to do it. So we sent the song to him and let him do his thing. And he sent it back and he hit it out of the park. Like he crushed it. So really, really awesome to have him on. I mean, I'm a huge Highly Suspect fan. We all are. And they're just so great. And he's super talented. So got really, really fortunate that he's part of it.